evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, as always, it's the one, it's the only, it's the motherfucking General Miguel Magayon. And as always, the president, the founder, the CEO of Magayon Entertainment and leader of the Sports Betting Mexican Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, as we always like to say up in this motherfucker, what up, what up, what up, what up? Ladies and gentlemen, back on the podcast once again. Ladies and gentlemen, here to give you guys an official update on what's going on the podcast and what we're doing in the sports betting NFL season, college football season, and what we got with NBA and MMA both around the corner with some really good NBA games coming up and some really good MMA/UFC main events coming up. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's jump straight into this. So tonight, we have a game. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars going out there to play the New Orleans Saints out there in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I got to be honest with you guys. I got to tell you guys how I feel. I got to tell you guys what I think. I don't give a shit about this game. I really, really don't give a fuck about this game. I am leaning Jags right now. I think you can get the Jags like plus 120 on the money line right now, plus 110, plus 115, maybe plus 120 in some sports books if you shop around. I think you can get them pretty good plus money, at least between 110 and 120. I do lean the Jags, but only if Trevor Lawrence plays. If Trevor Lawrence does not play, and I haven't seen any official news yet, I'm recording this podcast in the middle of the afternoon. Oh, we do got an update. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. We got the Jaguars coach, Doug Peterson. He just came out, and I guess he's saying he expects Trevor Lawrence to start versus the Saints. Okay, so never mind everything I just said. I guess they are going to start Trevor Lawrence tonight. Hopefully he does well. The Saints are still favored -2. I think I'm going to take the Jags on the money line. That's my official pick, my official recommendation, and that is my lean on the game. But once again, I just got to tell you guys the truth. Be honest with you. Keep it 100. I don't give a fuck about this game. I feel like this is a trash game. Once again, it's on fucking Amazon Prime. I fucking hate that shit. It's fucking bullshit. It feels like every time I try to stream the fucking game, it's always fucking malfunctioning. It's always loading. It's always going down. I don't really fuck with Amazon Prime when it comes to streaming. I feel like it's a bunch of horse shit. So I'm not really a fan. I don't like streaming the game on my phone or on my TV or on my computer screen. It feels like there's always glitches or there's always a lag or there's always some kind of delay and I gotta reboot it or I gotta log off and log back on. I wish they just kept that shit on fucking ESPN or fucking, you know what I mean, CBS or even NFL Network. You know, I already paid for that shit. Might as well. I wish it was something that was more readily, easily available. But, you know, Amazon got the money. These big mega cap companies we're going to talk about in just a minute. They, you know, basically control the world. They own the world. They fucking, you know, they manipulate the world. So with that being said, Amazon, you know, they got the money. They got the moolah, the feria, the pinche dinero, and they were able to pay off the NFL to get the Thursday night games on their network or their streaming platform, their streaming service. So it is what it is, whatever. But I'm not a fan of it. It feels like it keeps going down, it keeps crashing, it keeps glitching, it keeps rebooting, it keeps fucking kicking me offline. It's kind of annoying as hell. So with that being said, though, in terms of the game overall, I'm not really a fan of this game. This kind of feels like a whatever game. I don't even know how these fucking teams ended up on Thursday Night Football. It feels like it doesn't even matter. Like no one really cares about this game. It's kind of like it's kind of a dud in my opinion. So anyways, though, we got the Jags going at the Saints. You know, Trevor Lawrence dealing with a shoulder injury and all that. But, you know, the Jags have been playing really well. You know, they started off a little bit choppy, and then they went out there to to London, did a little fucking Euro step. They had that season opener, against the Colts, which, you know, is alright. Told you guys I'm not a fan of, Anthony Richardson, the young QB out there in Indianapolis. Because I told you guys he reminded me of a dumbass version of Cam Newton. He's smaller than Cam Newton, but he's just as dumb as Cam Newton. And what I mean by that is I hate the fact that he always rushes head first. And that's something that Cam Newton used to always do. Like, for some reason, he couldn't figure out how to slide like Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or, even Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson doesn't really dive head first. He's just really small. But a lot of QBs who used to play baseball like in college or even in high school, they learned this fucking unique skill set called learning how to fucking slide with your feet. And Anthony Richardson, he's basically a guy who never played baseball apparently because all he does is fucking run head first. And I think he used to play running back when he was in high school, maybe. I don't know what the fuck the deal is with him, but he's just like Cam Newton. To me, it doesn't bother me that he runs so much. What bothers me is that he runs so much and he always dives fucking head first. It's like, bro, you're going to get a concussion. You're going to go into concussion protocol if you keep doing it like that. Oh, wait, he already fucking did. So he's just like a dumbass version of Cam Newton. To me, my disdain for young black QBs, particularly that love to fucking run and be a mobile QB. I don't mind if you want to be mobile. I don't mind if you want to run as a QB. I don't mind that when the play breaks apart or the play breaks down or the pocket collapses or your receivers are fucking dumb as hell and they're running the wrong routes or your offensive line can't provide you with any protection. If you want to run, shit, run, homie, run. Córrale, wey, córrale, run, Forrest, run. I don't mind it, dog. It's just that some of these QBs, it feels like when they run, I'd be like, okay, go, 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 go. And then as soon as they get the first down, I'm like, slide, slide, slide. And some of them slide, live to fight another day. Okay, Craig, live to fight another day. And then the rest of them just want to keep on running and dodging and juking. And then all of a sudden, blah, get hit right upside the head, get cracked in the legs, get cracked in the ribs, get their fucking legs broken, get fucking a head chopped off and shit. And I'll be like, ooh, damn. Motherfucker just got knocked the fuck out. And I feel like that's happened to a lot of QBs over time. Look at Donovan McNabb. He used to be a mobile quarterback, and he used to not always slide all the time. He used to go head first like a dumbass. There's just been a lot of quarterbacks throughout history, both black and white. And one of the reasons that their careers ended, abruptly wasn't because they forgot how to throw the football, wasn't because they didn't know how to read a playbook, wasn't because they forgot how to fucking throw it to a wide receiver, wasn't because they don't understand offensive play calling, wasn't because they just forgot the game of fucking football. It's because they were injured so much. And part of the reason that they were injured so much was because of one or two things. They either got sacked too many times in the pocket, or they dove head first too many times outside the pocket. And to me, that's kind of a Cam Newton. Cam Newton, I never really thought he was accurate. But my biggest beef with Cam Newton wasn't the fact that I thought he was overrated because he wasn't accurate. My biggest beef with him was the fact that he was always hurt because every time he scrambled out the pocket, it wasn't good enough for him just to get the first down, slide, live to play another set of downs. He'd always try to get that extra 5, 10, 15 yards, which looks really cool when you're on SportsCenter. Da-na-na, da-na-na, ESPN, top 10 at night, top 10 for the month, top 10 for the weekend. And every other week when Cam was in his prime, we'd be like, ooh, here comes Superman. Motherfucker just be juking bitches. Just fucking breaking bitches' ankle like skeet, skeet, leave his ass right there in the dirt. Pivot, cut, breakaway. Ooh, give you the fucking Derrick Henry fucking forearm. Just throwing bitches down because Cam Newton, he's a big dude, And Cam used to, when Cam was in his prime, he used to fucking low-key run some bitches over. Because some of these corners were too small to tackle him. Some of these linebackers weren't fast enough to tackle him. So he was too big for a DB to stop, but he was too fast for a fucking linebacker to get to. So all of a sudden, the free safeties and all these motherfuckers be trying to get him, and he's either juking them, breaking them, or he's fucking stomping them. And I'd be over there like, I remember Cam Newton in his prime specifically, especially the year he went to the Super Bowl. During that entire fucking season, during the entire postseason, I remember that motherfucker would just run, and it would be hard. And a lot of people would be like, man, you just got to leave him in the pocket because he can't really throw the ball accurately downfield. He kind of just throws it up there. But the main thing was hard was every time, your rush would try to go in there to stop him, he'd basically run out the pocket and all of a sudden he has 10, 15 yards of fucking running room. And now all of a sudden he becomes a fucking dominant running back. And again, your linebackers are too slow to stop him. Your fucking corners are too small. So they're either too small, too slow, not big enough, not strong enough, not quick enough. And Cam was just beasting in his prime. But the problem always was he'd scramble out the pocket. He only needs fucking 5, 6, 7 yards for a first down. And instead of sliding and just getting the easy first down, live for another set of downs, motherfucker goes like, nope, fuck that shit. I'm taking it to the house, to the max. Motherfucker running and juking and fucking forearm stretching. And even when they got him, they literally wrapped their arms around his leg. He's still diving head first. Just diving his whole fucking head. Got pinche cabeza. Throwing his whole body. Trying to fucking touch the pylon. Like, bro, you got a running back for a fucking reason. Calm down, bro. Got him out there, way. Got him out there. And this motherfucker didn't want to listen. And it's just like, bro, like, I understand it. It's a game of inches. It's a game of fucking, you know what I mean? I get it. Like, he always wants to get as many yards as possible. He always wants to stretch that extra, like, 3-4 feet, try to squeeze the ball over the pylon. I get it. But when you do that, you leave yourself exposed. And every single time, here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here comes the Baltimore Ravens. Here comes the fucking Bill Belichick-led defense. And these motherfuckers will just go crack, crack, crack. Blah! Just break him in the ribs, break him in the fucking arm, breaking his legs, twisting his ankles. And next thing you know, every fucking injury report. Oh, Cam Newton. Shoulder hurts, back hurts, ribs hurts, legs hurts, elbow hurts, ankle hurts, pussy hurts. I'm like, damn, bro. Why you hurt so much? Oh, yeah, I know. Because motherfucker always trying to scramble out the pocket and always dive head first into someone. Like, bro, calm down with that shit. Cálmate, carnal. Come on. This motherfucker just doing way too much. It's like, bro, it was 3rd and 5. You got 15 yards and you're still trying to squeeze an extra 1 or 2 to get 17. Like, bro, just get down. Lay down somewhere. Slide, bro. Slide. Nah, this motherfucker always just diving, throwing his body. Just like Josh Allen's bitch ass. Again, my problem with him as a QB isn't his arm, isn't his accuracy, even though, just like Cam Newton, I don't think Josh Allen is really deadly accurate. Like, I wouldn't put him in the same conversation as Aaron Rodgers in his prime or Drew Brees in his prime, or, you know what I mean? Like, when I look at some of the quarterbacks throughout history, I don't think Josh Allen and Cam Newton are like deadly accurate. I wouldn't put them, again, like a Mahomes in his prime, even though he still is, or a Josh Allen, or an Aaron Rodgers, or even a Tom Brady. Like, when it comes to those short to intermediary passes, I feel like Cam Newton and Josh Allen aren't as accurate as they could be. I feel like sometimes they still throw the ball too short, too far, too high, too low. I feel like they're not masters of the short to intermediary passes yet. They're good. Sometimes they're great, but I wouldn't consider them deadly accurate. Again, like a Drew Brees or a Patrick Mahomes or an Aaron Rodgers can be. So anyways, my biggest beef, my biggest dispute, my biggest problem with each of them, with a Josh Allen and a Cam Newton, and in this case, an Anthony Richardson, is just like I see the same shit. It's just like, bro, if you're going to scramble, go. You're going to run, go. But the problem is, once you get that first down, you don't have to get that extra 2 or 3 inches, bro. Like, come on, slide, get down, lay down. You know what I mean? Start, running the next play. But instead of just running out of bounds or just sliding to get that first down, they want to get that extra 3 or 4 feet like it's really going to matter. Like, bro, you're on the 50-yard line. You getting an extra 2 or 3 yards really doesn't matter. You're not even in field goal range yet. Like, just get down and fucking, you know what I mean? Run the next play. Let's hurry up into the hurry up offense. But every time, it's just like not enough. They always want to get that extra yard or 2. And I think they learned that shit in high school. People hyped them up. They thought it was cool. They thought it was popular. They thought it was going to get them on TV, ESPN, Top 10 at night. They thought it was going to get them all the bitches. Some shit's going to look cool on YouTube. I don't know. But, they just refuse to slide. It's like, you're on the 40, 50-yard line and you're still trying to dive head first to pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards. Like, bro, you're not the running back. You're not the fullback. Like, you're the motherfucking quarterback. That's my quarterback. And these bitches still act like they're a running back because in high school, they probably played running back at, one point or two. In high school and in college football, it was fucking, you know what I mean? It was hyped up for a quarterback to dive headfirst over the pylon. Like that looked cool. And it was easy to do when you're 21. But now you're almost fucking 31, bro. And at 31, life ain't the same at 31 as it was when you were 21. 31, that back hit a lot different. 31, your body feels different. 31, that shit don't hit the same, bro. At 21, you could do whatever you want. You could stay up all night, still show up to work the next morning. You could fuck these bad bitches for hours, all day. Donkey fuck the shit out they pussy till fucking 3, 4 in the morning. You don't give a fuck. You got energy. You got time. You got fucking motivation. At 31, bro, you tired. Your back hurt. You're sleepy. You ain't trying to go to work the next morning. When you 31, you kind of like, I don't know, bro. I'm not really feeling this shit no more. At 31, you can't be fucking for no 5, 6, 7, 9 hours in a row. You thinking about what time you got to go to work in the morning. Like at 31, life's just a little different. You feel me? So I feel like some of these dudes, like an Anthony Richardson, like he's learning it the hard way. Like, bro, you've already been in concussion protocol 2 times, and you haven't even played the full season of your rookie year. 2 times he's been in concussion protocol. 2 times! It's his rookie year. We're not even halfway through the season, my boy. Come on, man. I look at Cam Newton and Josh Allen. It's the same pinche shit. It's like I'm doing the remix over and over again over time. Like, come on, bro. How many times do we got to watch the same movie before we realize that the outcome's always the same? Stop running head first. Protect your body. Come on, head coaches, protect your quarterback. But, some of these fucking bitches don't want to listen. They just want to keep diving every time. Every time, head first, with their arms stretched out. And then here comes the free safety. Here comes the linebacker. Here comes the mic back. Just crack, crack, crack. And just hitting them, put an elbow in their fucking rib cage, put an elbow in their fucking stomach, put an elbow right there next to their fucking neck, crack, crack. Hitting them in the elbow, hitting them in the rotator cuff, hitting them in the shoulders, hitting them where their fucking ankles hurt. A bunch of bodies just dumping on them. And I'm like, bro, then they want to be here on the next week injury report. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, my elbow. Oh, my neck. Oh, my back. Oh, my rotator cuff. It's like, yeah, because you always dive head first, stretch your arms out, stretch your stomach out, stretch your fucking elbows out, and here comes the linebackers and safeties, and all of a sudden, they step on you, they sit on you, they land on you, they crash on you, they fucking dump themselves on you, and now all of a sudden, everything just fucking hurts. So, I don't know, I'm just saying this shit with precaution. I'm looking at Anthony Richardson, and I know I'm going off topic again, but I just feel like he's not going to play a long time as a quarterback. And it's not because, and again, I don't think he's even that accurate. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I don't see the accuracy in the downfield passes, and I also don't see the accuracies in the short to intermediary passes unless the wide receiver is wide open. But when it comes to throwing the ball in a tight window, like a Patrick Mahomes, like an Aaron Rodgers, like a Tom Brady, like a Peyton Manning, and I get it, I'm comparing him to Hall of Famers, but if you want to win a Super Bowl one day, you're going to have to play like a Hall of Famer. It's hard to win a Super Bowl being an average to mediocre quarterback. It's really hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. Eli Manning did it, apparently. Joe Flacco did it once upon a time. Russell Wilson did it in his quote-unquote prime. But guess what Eli Manning and Russell Wilson and Joe Flacco all had in common? When they won their Super Bowls as quote-unquote game managers or mediocre quarterbacks, guess what they had? They had a Legion of Boom. Guess what they had? They had the Baltimore fucking defense led by Ray Lewis. Guess what they had? Even Peyton Manning, that last one he won with the Broncos. Guess what? That defense was fucking legendary. Baltimore, legendary. Legion of Boom, legendary. Eli Manning, that defense was shit during the regular season, but during the postseason, they played like they were fucking Hall of Famers. So, I'm not saying it's impossible for a mediocre to average to game manager QB to win a Super Bowl, but in order for them to do it, historically anyways, they've always had to have a legendary, / elite caliber defense. You know what I mean? Like, they just had to. Other than that, the only way to win it is to have a Hall of Famer as your quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only other way. And even people like a Tom Brady or people like an Aaron Rodgers, when they won their first Super Bowls, they had, guess what? A legendary fucking defense, top 10 defense, top 5, elite. It was really, really good defenses. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just looking at that Indianapolis team, and I just wanted to send that out there real quick. I don't have a problem with him. Again, I don't think he's a great to elite quarterback when it comes to tight passes. I think he can throw the ball when the wide receiver is wide open, obviously. But when you have to throw it in a tight window, I feel like he kind of lags it. And his wide receivers suck anyways. Let's not overlook that shit. Some of his wide receivers in Indianapolis suck anyways. But anyways. So yeah, the Jags, they won that game opening season, but I kind of discount it. And then after that, they lost to the Chiefs. Okay, so does everyone else apparently. Then they lost to a Texans, who I think is actually a really good team. I'm actually taking back everything I said. I said C.J. Stroud was a bust. I said C.J. Stroud would never make it because he's too small in my opinion. I think he looks like a midget out there at quarterback. But I really like what the Texans are doing with the roster around him. They got they're trying to do their best with that offensive line, but most importantly, I like their head coach a lot, and I think their head coach is helping develop their quarterback a lot. I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer either. I'm still not a believer long term in C.J. Stroud, just because I do believe in the long term he's too small to play that position. But I really, really love what the head coach is doing. So I'm going to pull back my opinion on that. Just out of respect for the head coach, but I'm still not a long-term believer in C.J. Stroud. That's just me. But then after that, they went out there to London, the Jags that is. They did the quick Euro step. They beat the Falcons, who I think is overrated. Then they beat the Buffalo Bills, which that was a shocker. I actually took the Bills in that game. So, you know what I mean? That was a lesson for me. And then they beat the Colts one more time last week, 37-20, without Anthony Richardson. That's the game that Gardner Minshew was playing in. And now they're on the road going against the Saints. And I got to be honest, Derek Carr, all he does is fuck me time and time again. I think he's overrated. I think he's a piece of shit. I did have him winning the division out of default because I don't believe in the Panthers this season. I don't believe in the Atlanta Falcons this season. And I didn't believe in Baker Mayfield and the Bucs this season. But I'm starting to change my opinions slowly but surely. But right now the Bucs are 3-2 and the Saints are 3-3. So we'll see what happens with the Bucs this week. They're playing the Falcons. I think Bucs are favored by 2.5. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bucs over the Falcons. That's my official pick for that game. And I think the Bucs are actually going to be the ones who end up winning this division. But I'm kind of 50-50. My original pick was the Saints. I'm still slightly sticking with the Saints, like 45, 55%. I want to give it more time to see how Alvin Kamara ends up coming back. He's officially back from that suspension. And I think Alvin Kamara combined with Michael Thomas out there in New Orleans is going to help Derek Carr immensely. I still believe Michael Thomas is an elite wide receiver, even though Derek Carr doesn't know how to use him properly, just like he didn't know how to use Davante Adams properly, in my opinion, either. I feel like Davante Adams was getting held back because Derek Carr couldn't throw the deep ball like Aaron Rodgers once did. So I feel like, Davante Adams, we didn't get to really see his full, peak skill because he didn't have an elite QB behind the offensive line. And now I feel like Michael Thomas is experiencing the same thing, where he's not getting the most out of his God-given ability because his quarterback doesn't have a cannon like that. And I feel like he's going to get held back. But Alvin Kamara is probably going to benefit because one of the things that Derek Carr likes to do is just throw that quick dump pass and let the running back, break ankles out there in the open field. So I want to give it more time. I'm still leading Saints to win the division, but the Bucs are slowly changing my mind. Baker Mayfield's trying to resurrect and revive his career. We'll see if he does. But right now, they're slowly getting me to change my mind. I'm still going to stick with the Saints slightly, but just slightly. But I have them losing this game at home against the Jags because I feel like the Jags have been on a roll. I feel like the Jags are going to steamroll. And I think the Jags are just going to fucking kill it. So that's my official pick, and that's my official prediction, assuming Trevor Lawrence does play. But it looks like he will. So I like the Jags in this situation. And then in regards to the Colts, I think they're going to lose a bunch of games for the regular season, and they're going to get a really high draft pick. And then when that happens, if the Colts can get a top 5 draft pick in the offseason, I think they're going to trade it away because I think they believe in Anthony Richardson. And I think what they're going to do is trade that top 5 pick away, and they're going to get a haul for it. And they're going to get a bunch of players, they're going to get a bunch of draft capital, and they're going to get a bunch of shit to surround Anthony Richardson, kind of like the Panthers did with Cam Newton when he went on his Super Bowl run. Unfortunately, I still don't think it's going to be enough because my problem with Anthony Richardson is he is not an elite passer when it comes to tight windows, and his dumbass is running headfirst still way too much, way too often, and I feel like there's nobody on the team that's there to fucking stop it, and they're just going to continue to let him dive headfirst over and over and over again, and that's why I don't think Anthony Richardson is going to have a long career, just like Cam Newton's career was cut shortly, and I think Josh Allen is heading the same way, because this is a loaded roster for Josh Allen, and he still does stupid shit like throw too many interceptions, and Josh Allen still tries to dive too much headfirst into the pylon, and I don't understand why they just don't use their running backs more often. So anyways, those are just some inside analysis, some of my in-depth thinking, and some of my early predictions and early plays. And then last but not least, what am I doing with my own bankroll, ladies and gentlemen? My bankroll has busted. We talked about that on my last video. I had basically half of my entire bankroll on the 49ers money line. That cost me. I can't believe the Niners lost. I'm still frustrated. I'm still angry. I'm still depressed. That was some bitch ass shit, and that was some bitch ass effort. I can't believe the kicker missed that kick from the fucking 40-yard line. You gotta fucking be kidding me. And then on top of that, every other play I had that last week, the Chiefs on the money line, they did it. But Colorado, you got to be kidding me. They got upset after being up 29-0 at home at halftime. That was some bullshit. And then the very next day, Caleb Williams, USC, throws 3 interceptions in the first half. You got to be kidding me with that shit. And then 49ers on Sunday to top it all off. Fucking, I with no Deshaun Watson at fucking quarterback and no Nick Chubb at running back. I mean, you gotta fucking be kidding me. There's no excuses. That was just a pathetic performance. So Colorado and Coach Prime in primetime cost me. Caleb Williams out there at USC on the road facing Notre Dame, he cost me with his 3 INTs in the first half. And then the 49ers just dog shit. Look like fucking bitches. They look soft like toilet paper. They look soft like fucking tissue. They play like fucking bitches, and that kicker, he needs to get cut tomorrow. So, my 3 biggest plays for the weekend, which was 49ers, USC, and Colorado, basically lost. And the only one who actually showed up to work last week was Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce out there in Kansas City against the bitch-ass Broncos. And that game was actually closer than it needed to be, in my opinion. They should have been up more. But anyways, with that being said, our bankroll has busted. My bankroll has busted, and now I am in the same situation that a lot of handicappers are in. Do I pull out and put more money and restart the bankroll and do it all over again and try to run it back? Or do I call it quits here and keep the money where I have it now and, just focus on other opportunities? I still haven't made a decision. I wanted to take a couple days and see how I feel about it, see what I'm thinking. And right now, my plan is to not refund the bankroll. I think I'm just going to call it, I don't want to call it quits, but I think I'm going to put a pause on this. I'm still going to come out and I'm going to give you my plays for free. I'm going to give you all my in-depth analysis for free. I'm going to give you all my official picks and predictions 100% free. But I don't think I'm going to be betting this week, and I'm not sure if I'll be betting next week. And the main thing that is causing me to the thing that's not frustrating, the thing that's hesitating or makes me hesitate to pull the trigger is what I saw happening today to Tesla stock. And for those of you guys who know, my main podcast, my original podcast, is a stock market podcast. And on the stock market podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Tesla just reported really bad earnings. It was dog shit earnings because they're doing a lot of price cuts to a lot of their Model X, Model Y, all that shit. And Tesla stock is down 25% in the last month. Let me say that one more time. Tesla stock is down 25% in the last month. Tesla stock is absolutely getting just annihilated. It's just destruction. So I'm looking at Tesla stock down 25% in 1 month. The all-time high was like $400 or some shit, and right now it's barely $200. So I basically have a decision to make. Do I take $5,000 out or $2,500 out and just put it all back into the sports betting app and just try to flip it one more time doing sports betting from now until the end of the season? The original mission was 2,500 to 100,000 by Christmas. So do I take out another $2,500 from my account and put it back into the app, or take 5,000 out from my account and put it back into this, sports mobile book app? Or do I just use it to buy more Tesla stock? And I think that's kind of a tricky situation for me, because in the long term, I feel like Tesla stock is going to make me more money than sports betting. In the long run, I think Tesla stock is probably a better investment than sports betting. In the long haul, I feel like Tesla stock is going to make me millions compared to sports betting. In the long haul, I believe that Tesla is just a better, not just investment, but it's just a better use of my money than sports betting. In the long run, I feel like Tesla stock is a better fucking money move than sports betting. You know what I mean? And I probably feel different right now if Tesla stock was at an all-time high, and you know what I mean? Like it was the highest price in history, because then I could be like, oh, it's probably going to have a pullback. I should take some of the profit out and probably use it something else. You know what I mean? Like if something is at an all-time high, it's probably a good idea to cash out some profit and move your money around somewhere, But Tesla stock's not at an all-time high. Tesla stock is down 50% from its all-time high, and it's down 25% in 1 month. So Tesla stock is getting beat up. Tesla stock is getting hammered. Tesla stock is getting its ass whooped right now. A lot of that has to do with the fact that, the Fed is still out here with higher interest rates. A lot of that has to do with the fact that the economy for the average American is not great. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that most people just don't have as much money to spend compared to what they did back in 2020, 2021. And so for all those multitude of reasons, Tesla stock is getting hit hard today. As I'm recording the clip, Tesla stock is down 10% just today. It's down like, Tesla stock is down, 25% in a month, 10% in 1 day. So I'm looking at this shit and I'm just like, man, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, do I really want to go back into sports betting again? Or do I just want to not call it quits, right? I don't want to say call it quits, but, do I take a pause on sports betting and in the short term and probably in the long term moving forward, just focus on buying more Tesla stock, right? Because I have the 2,500. I got, a couple G's easy. But the point is, what would I rather, use my money for? Would I rather use my money for buying more Tesla stock, or would I use my money for more sports gambling? So, man, decisions. Am I right, America? These are tough decisions, because I think a lot of you guys are listening to me right now like, damn, Tesla stock is down 50%. Damn, Tesla stock is getting hit hard. Damn, Tesla stock is down a lot from the all-time high. Damn, this isn't looking really good. Damn, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's tough. I don't know what you guys think. Go ahead and comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. But right now, I'm kind of like hesitating. Right now, I'm kind of on pause. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say I'm calling it quits. But I do want to say I'm probably not going to do sports betting this week. And I'm probably not going to do it next week. What I think I want to do, honestly, and this is just me keeping it 100. This means being transparent, being truthful, being, you know what I mean? Everything, transparent and documented for you guys. Ain't no bitches on this side. I started my bankroll at 2,500 to start the season. I wanted to flip it from 2,500 to 100,000 by Christmas. That was the mission. That was the focus. That was the mindset of this podcast. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, man. I had my all-in bet of the week fucking fail me. 49ers. I'm not saying they were going to go undefeated this season, but I thought they were going to win a fuck ton of games. They're on the road. I get it. But it's the fucking Cleveland Browns with no fucking Deshaun Watson, no Nick Chubb, broke his fucking leg. Deshaun Watson over here talking about, oh, my pussy hurts, my leg hurts, my elbow hurts, oh, I can't throw a football. Like, he over there looking like a bitch, America. He looking like a straight fucking punk. I was out here on the podcast opening season talking about Deshaun Watson. He coming back for vengeance. He coming back for payback. He coming back for retribution. He gonna earn his contract. He gonna show the league that he was worth that fucking money, bro. Yay, yay. And now all of a sudden he over here like, my pussy hurt, my back hurt, my elbow hurts. Ooh, I can't throw the football. I'm over here like, bro, you looking like a bitch right now, America. Straight the fuck up. So he's been a major disappointment. That motherfucker embarrasses me, man. I can't believe I fucking stepped up for his ass. So anyways, yeah, so, I mean, that was I don't want to say it was a bad bet. I thought it was a good bet. Fuck out of here. It was a bad loss. It wasn't a bad bet. Come on, man. I had the 49ers on the 4.5, and I had them on the money line. As soon as Deshaun Watson said he wasn't going to play, that shit went up to fucking -10, bro. Come on, America. -10, minus fucking 200, 400 on the money line. Ah, hell no. No Nick Chubb. What they got on defense? Myles Garrett? Cool. What else you got? Because we had Trent Williams, best left tackle in football. Guess what? He goes down. McCaffrey goes down. Debo gets injured. I'm like, man, come on, dog. Fuck. Nothing but injuries and fucking pussies. 49ers ain't play with no fucking heart. And, man, got to give credit to Cleveland, man. They showed up to ball. They showed up to play. They didn't back down. They didn't look scared. They weren't acting like the Dallas Cowboys did out there in San Francisco, talking about they pussy hurt, looking soft, looking fucking heartless. Nah, Cleveland had way more heart than fucking Cowboys did. Cleveland came with a lot of fucking heart. They were like, we run this shit. Let's go. And they was getting after Brock Purdy. They was coming for his ass. And I don't know if the 49ers just fucking took him lightly. I don't know if the 49ers just didn't care. I don't know if the 49ers got fucking, you know what it was. But, man. And by the way, the 49ers defense showed up. The Cleveland Browns only scored 17 points. Let's not act like they dropped 35. Cleveland Browns scored 17 points. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It wasn't like they dropped 40. It's not like they were the Miami Dolphins hitting up 70 on the Denver Broncos ass. They didn't drop like infinite points. They dropped 17, my boy. Really? Really? To me, it was the offense. 49ers can't score more than 17 points. Kicker misses the field goal from 40 yards out. Like, seriously? So to me, I was more let down with Brock Purdy, with the offensive line in particular. I feel like they got manhandled by Myles Garrett and that defensive line. And, you know, I don't know what it was. I don't want to blame Brock Purdy. I don't know if Kyle Shanahan just didn't dial up enough heat, or if just having all these players who were injured, like, fucked up the play calling, because half these guys probably don't understand the other play calls. I don't know. But it was a bad loss. Again, I don't want to say it was a bad bet, because going into it, if they didn't have those injuries, you know, it might have been a blowout. Who knows? I thought they were going to win like 35-7. But, you know, look, a loss is a loss. I'm not going to be a bitch about it. I'm just explaining, like, how I feel about it. So you guys know my emotions behind it, right? Try to keep it 100. Try to keep it honest, brutally honest at that. And then USC with Caleb Williams. Again, his first loss of the season. His first time he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game since high school. His entire collegiate career, he's never thrown 3 or more interceptions. He hasn't thrown 3 or more interceptions since fucking high school. This dude is a Heisman Trophy winner. This dude's looking to win back-to-back Heisman trophies. He's looking to declare himself as not only the number 1 overall draft pick in the draft, he's trying to basically go out there and say he's the next Patrick Mahomes. He's built like that. He is that. He is fucking him. And, you know, he probably will be the number 1 pick in the overall draft. But he has 3 interceptions, not just in the game. He has 3 INTs in the first fucking half, America. I mean, he played like dog shit. And his offensive line, once again, offensive lines, right? Story of the day. They played like dog shit. And then don't get me started on Colorado, up 29 at the half. And, you know, Coach Sanders, I didn't like his play calls. I understood why he made them. I understood why he wanted to go up for it on fourth down at the 50-yard line, to prove a message that his kids have to learn how to convert a fucking fourth down, because when they go up against some of these ranked teams in the second half of the college football season, they're going to need to convert on fourth down. So he wanted them to be able to do it in a meaningless game when you're up 29-0, and his kids couldn't get it done. His players looked like fucking bitches. His players looked like they were ready for the after party. They were ready to get some Colorado college pussy. They was ready for some snow bunnies at night. They was ready for the fucking thotties after the night. They was ready to pipe something down that night. They weren't even caring about the game anymore that night. Not when you're up 29-0 and it's cold as fuck outside. They just try and go back in the dorm room, get their dick wet. So I feel like his players kind of let him down. You know, Caleb Williams, his offensive line let me down. Shedeur Sanders, offensive line, let him down. And then Brock Purdy, his offensive line, manhandled by Myles Garrett and the Browns, and they let him down. So it was just a bad week, bad weekend. Lost all the major bets, lost the max bet, lost the guaranteed bets, lost all the parlay bets, lost all my fucking favorite bets. It was just fucking bad, America. And I went hard, I went heavy, I went balls deep in that pussy, man. I ain't stopped till I was about to bust that night. I was hitting that book up hard, online and in person, tell you what. But like I said, you win some, you lose some, and I never want to be a bitch about it, but I feel like I have to come out here and explain it because I feel like I owe it to you guys, right? I don't want to be a bitch about it, like a lot of handicappers do. So with that being said, I hope this honesty and this brutal fucking transparency and this message goes out to you guys and it hits you guys. Like, yeah, I lost the whole bankroll, $2,500, and it sucks. Obviously, it's not a lot of money, but you know, it's the principle. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's $2,500. I mean, I don't want to say it's nothing because to some of you guys, it probably is a lot of money. So I don't want to say $2,500 is nothing. But to me, it's the principle. Like, I started with the bankroll. Doesn't matter if it's $2,500, $25,000, $250,000, or $200-$300. It doesn't matter. When you start off with the bankroll and you lose everything by week 6 of the NFL season, that shit hurts. That shit sucks. That makes you feel a certain type of way. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there and give you guys that brutal transparency. Like, it fucking sucks because I really wanted to cash out that 100,000 by Christmas. That was my goal. That was my mission. That was what I was looking forward to. So anyways, though, yeah, there's that. And so now I'm in that situation. I'm in this conundrum, if you will. Like, what do I do now? Do I just, stop betting the rest of the college football season and stop NFL, even though NBA is right around the corner, even though college football is still rolling? Got some boxing events coming up, MMA, UFC, Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? Like, you got some good games coming up, good fights, good bets, good matches. Tennis, baseball, WNBA just finished up. Las Vegas Aces, they fucking won that shit. So I feel like there's a lot of things to play and there's a lot of things to bet. And I want to bet it and I want to take advantage of it and I want to make money on it and I want to cash on it and I want to fucking, put the bankroll on it. But at the same time, man, I can't ignore once in a lifetime or once in a generation opportunities, because these once in a lifetime opportunities only come once in a fucking lifetime. And again, I'm looking at Tesla stock. The all-time high was $400, and today it's barely $200. It's 50% off. And you know me, when I see a discount, when I see something on sale that I've been waiting for years, I'm like, ooh, why not? You know what I mean? Like, this is what you save money for. So when you have these opportunities in life, you could take advantage of them. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now, where I'm kind of like, fuck, man, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Do I take out another $2,500 and put that shit back in the bankroll and just fucking restart this whole shit all over again? Or do I take the $2,500 and I can buy 10 shares of Tesla stock for $2,500, maybe even 11 or 12? This shit just keeps going down. It's down 50% from the all-time high, but it's down 25% in a month. This thing just keeps fucking tanking, And so I'm over here. I got to record some clips from my other podcast, my main podcast, the Stock Market Podcast. And you have a lot of cryptos that are down too. I know a lot of you guys are probably interested in buying cryptos and which ones to buy and which ones I recommend. But there's a lot of altcoins out there, from Ethereum to Cardano to VeChain to Polygon to Cosmos to Shibu to Dogecoin to this coin to the other pinche fucking coin. And you got stocks right now like Tesla, 50% off, America. You got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? Like, this company is literally transforming the world. This company is changing the world. Like, we used to make fun of EVs. Now they're fucking taking the charge of EVs. You know what I mean? I look at some of these charging station stocks too. You know, because, you know, real quick, we can talk about everything's going to be EV in the future, but that don't mean shit if you don't have anywhere to charge your car. So in order for EVs to really be the future of our economy and the future of the global economy, you need charging stations for all of these electric vehicles. Otherwise, what the fuck are you really doing? You're just wasting time. Because if you have all these people driving EVs, but you ain't got nowhere to charge them, then what the fuck are we doing? Everyone's just going to be pulled over on the side of the road waiting for an Uber? I mean, seriously, you need more charging stations in the world to charge all of these EVs. So I'm looking at some of these charging station stocks and I'm like, ooh wee. Ah, they're cheap as fuck. They're like $2, $3, $4 right now. I'm like, damn, EVs are $3 or $4 right now? Sheesh! $3, $4 for these charging stations? Damn! That's like buying gas stations when they used to be $2 or $3. Like, that shit looked cheap to me. And it's all being led by fucking Tesla right now, going down because of dog shit earnings. You know, basically saying that the consumer's strapped right now and it's hard for people to afford a Tesla because Tesla has expensive car payments and a lot of people can't buy as many Teslas as they used to because people don't have money like they used to because the economy's slowing down because of all these higher interest rates and, you know, pinche inflation. So with that being said, I'm looking at that perspective, America, and I'm just kind of like, man, it's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one. So with that being said, yeah, I think I'll put a pause on it for this week and next week, right? I'll still send you guys the plays and I'll send you guys all the picks and official predictions and in-game analysis because I feel like you guys still want to know what I'm thinking week to week. You know what I mean? Like you guys want to know my perspective from this game to the next game to the other game to the other pinche fucking game. Like I get it. And I don't want to just leave you guys hanging like that. So I will continue to come out with those predictions and those, you know, in-depth analysis and all of that stuff for free, right? Like I get it. And I want to probably just continue doing that from now until the rest of the season. I'm not going to leave you guys high and dry like that. But, yeah, I'll probably put a pause on this, until I figure out what I want to do with the Tesla stock. Because the Tesla stock to me, I mean, that looks amazing to me. That looks like a buying opportunity. That looks like something you want to dump a lot of money into right now. Because again, I'm not sure when the next time is you're going to get Tesla stock at 50% off. Like honestly, when's the next time you're going to get Tesla 50% off? Because we all know they're the future. We all know they're growing. We all, to a certain degree, believe in Elon Musk. Even if you don't like him as a person, you're going to respect him as an engineer. You're going to respect him as a mind. You're going to respect him as a leader in the EV industry, right? There's not that many people that can say they're smarter than him. You know, I'm not saying he's a saint. I'm not saying he's a good role model. I'm not saying you need to be out here getting a bunch of women pregnant like he does to repopulate the earth and all this other shit. I'm not saying you got to follow him to Mars and go occupy Mars and go live on Mars and shit. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, when it comes to business, when it comes to EVs, when it comes to fucking Tesla, there's not that many people that can really say they're smarter than him. Again, I'm not saying he's a saint. I'm not saying he is or isn't a good person. I'm not saying he should or shouldn't be your kid's role model. What I'm saying is Tesla's 50% off, and you know this motherfucker's the future. You know he's going to keep growing the company, and you know Tesla's going to continue to get bigger and bigger from now until the rest of the decade and beyond. Like, this dude is literally going to the moon. Ain't nothing stopping him. It's not just a fucking meme. It's the fucking truth. So with that being said, I'm looking at this opportunity. I'm looking at other opportunities in the market right now. And I think it's all being led by Tesla. 50% off from the all-time high, 25% off in a month. I mean, these discounts won't last forever. These opportunities aren't going to be around forever. This moment in time, this moment in history will, you know what I mean? It's not going to live forever. Once upon a time, Tesla stock used to be $2. Now it's $200. Once upon a time, Tesla stock used to be $10. It went all the way up to $400. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Tesla stock chart and you look at the max history back in 2010, Tesla stock used to be $1.50. Then it went to $5, then it went to 10, then it went to 20, then it went to 40, then it went to 80, then it went to 100, then it went to 200, then it went to 300, and the all-time high was 400. You have an opportunity to buy it right now, 50% off, and hold on to that position for the rest of your fucking life, 25% off in a month. You gotta fucking be kidding me. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of like the main hesitation I have. It's not like a worry. It's not because I'm scared. It's not because I'm fearful. I'm not being a bitch about it. I'm not over here like a fugazi, like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Should we replenish everything and do the 2,500? Nah, bro, it's not that. It's Tesla's down 25% in a month, off 50% off from the all-time high. And I'm listening to Elon Musk, and he says, you can doubt me all you want, but at the end of the day, you guys know that I fucking own this future. You guys know that I own this industry. And you guys know ain't nobody out here competing like me. Tesla stock used to be a fucking meme, used to be a joke, used to be a fucking figure of speech. Now it's the world leader in EVs, and they're continuing to build more and more gigafactories all around the world, and they're starting to penetrate the Chinese market. And now people in China are basically saying it's the most fucking luxurious EV they have in the Chinese market. They're selling Teslas in China, they're selling Teslas in India, they're selling Teslas in Germany, they're selling Teslas across Europe, they're selling Teslas in Australia, they're selling Teslas in South America, they're building out their charging station, they're building AI, they have robotics, they have engineers, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics here, robotics there. They got the Cybertruck coming out in a couple months. Then next year they're going to come out with the semi-trucks. They're working on autonomous software. They're working on fucking everything, man. So I just look at it from that perspective and I say, man, do I really keep pursuing this, what I'm doing on this podcast, or do I take advantage of this once in a lifetime opportunity? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's where my mind is. That's what I'm thinking, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. I'll keep giving you guys my plays for this week for free. Everything documented, everything transparent, everything 100. Everything's going to be on the YouTube channel. I'll keep you guys posted. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, here's something for you guys to think.